what's to do with the internet and all this technical book, stuff that I know nothing about.
Yeah, past my pay grade.
Just turns out that when stuff is on fire, not a good sign.
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, but that's what happens. Speaking of on fire, well, that's where GODSENT find themselves right about now. They somehow have taken us to this third map. And I would have felt very, very sore if I didn't get to cast this GODSENT with Farlig in the roster and this FaZe with Biomass coming in as well. So I'm very happy to be here, Hugo, and let's see. We've got FaZe heading in through the lower tunnels here. 3 players in tow with 2 up in top mid, and a quick flash in through those mid doors. No one from FaZe committing, though. Instead, they try and get up Cat, and this is where GODSENT have got the majority of players stacked on up. You're going to be walking into a very heavy setup here if you're FaZe, and Stiko and Farlig, they have laid the entire round to rest. It's going to fall onto GODSENT. And he's getting whittled down up on the catwalk. Doesn't have armor. He's gone for the flashbangs in this round, so the aim punch is playing into it as well. These shots are going to have to be remarkable from Cold.
Yeah, but if there was any man for the job, Harry, it would be this man. Ooh, missed shots though, and down to 15. Just a bullet away from death, and he'll land it to the face of Crystal. Now the cat flank, fast as well, and Cold is not ready for it. It's Farley with 3. He's seeming like a bit of a pistol beast, Harry. He had 5 kills after the first half of Inferno, but came out with a miraculous 3K in the T-pistol round in that second half, and really just kept storming on past that point. So yeah, Farley definitely looking like a strong pistol player, obviously alongside the AWP. I feel like we see that a lot, Harry. I feel like we see good AWPers always have good pistols, at least like default pistols, USPs and Glocks specifically. And, well, GODSENT will take it. A quick play for FaZe here. Only an eco up the catwalk. It's Glocks, and they are going to be rattlesnaking their way to the bomb site, clicking the cricket as FaZe run the gauntlet. Farley already getting 1. Zen making money with the MP9. He finds a second, and that grenade should do significant damage. It does. Molly flies in, and GODSENT, they are slaughtering FaZe. No bomb plant, you would think, but actually in front of the Molotov. But they find a little gap. They find a little way. Nico gets that planted, but it is still going to be a defuse for GODSENT coming out with a 2-0 lead. FaZe are going to have lots of money and a 4x4 that third round.
We're going to get to see that AWP in Brokey's hands right away. Zen going to be donning it over here on the GODSENT side, and we might get to have an early look at this duel. Never mind, Zen's taken his AWP over towards this A side of the map, and there are players out through long. Rain leading the charge here. GODSENT completely fall back, and they're going to boost players up into this A bomb site. Farlig throwing the AWP. Sorry, throwing the AWP over. Sometimes that happens here. Sometimes you say the wrong word, and then the thing you've said, actually happened.
Wow.
Right on our screen. So
crazy how nature does that.
Accidental slip up that ends up coming true. Let's see if this A site is going to hold the same kind of success for FaZe. They do get across, and they manage to get him in great numbers. Then going to try and look out towards mid. Has seen the man on the wrap. But a bomb plant still found here. Madden tries to hop, skip, and jump his way over. A little impromptu boost. They put the FAMAS up on it. Stiko, obviously his years of being a support player there coming in as he tried to boost the MP9 up first, and he gets given the angle instead. Now Crystal in with another. Stiko continuing to find these numbers. These guys are so irritating to play against. They're just hopping around, but Cold has made quick work of them. Brokey's helped out, and now it's Farlig all alone with this AWP. Can't find GODSENT, and Cold's going to best him in the head-to-head. Now, Cold did a great game just moments ago back on Inferno. He's looking to continue bringing the heat here as he steps up to find the first round on the board for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, he's topping the series right now, Harry. It's nice when you have GODSENT on top form. He can feel inconsistent at times, definitely, right? And that's not what you want from a man of this stature. 52 and 33 across the first 2 maps of this series, and already leading into this one as well. The only man with kills, really, for the FaZe Clan side. It's a heavy long setup for GODSENT. FaZe are flashing in late. This is a danger, but luckily the flash is good. Stiko is blind and dead immediately. FaZe just bursts his position, and GODSENT were not ready for the late play. Rain, oh my, he is just decimating GODSENT on the A bomb site, and maybe it's the pace for FaZe that will put them up on a second. No one can stop them here. Zen is too far away, and that lower play from BMAS is going to drop him as well. FaZe up to a second round. and equaled up with GODSENT being forced now down to just USPs. I'm excited to see BMAS.
Look, man, there's a lot of ways we could say it. I've heard that Striker from HLTV is like the unwavering authority on how to pronounce this name.
BMAS?
Because he wrote it down like B-A-M-A-S, like Bahamas, but that doesn't
It's
feel
not Bahamas,
right.
no,
No, it's not Bahamas. Certainly ain't the Bahamas. Maybe we just load the video up and listen to him say it.
That's why I was
very
saying, that's why I was saying BMAS.
Let's do it. Let's just hear what Striker had to say.
Oh.
BMAS. Yeah, BMAS.
Yeah.
There
That's
you go.
what I was saying, Harry.
Thank
I
you,
already listened to the video.
Yeah, I've listened to it as well, but I really wanted to make sure we're nailing it. You know, you've got to give this guy, got to put some respect on his name.
Yep.
And plus, if you start off saying the right thing, then you never get into those awkward parts, you know, 2 years into his career when he turns around and goes, well, everyone is saying my name wrong.
That has happened, yeah.
I would like to be called Deve from now on. So let's see. Crystal lining up these flashbangs to try and allow for the USP peek out through long. It is just USPs, so not much danger in this round, or so you would like to think. Let's see.
Oh,
that's a nice shot from Brokey. Yeah, you got a pretty long kill feed there from it.
Blinded, wallbang, headshot, flash assist, kill onto a long-named player. That of which I didn't see, but yeah, they'll take it. 3-2 up for FaZe Clan, back in the lead. Obviously, that one was, you know, going without too much of a question with USPs in the hand of GODSENT. And here's the buy. No warp available, not yet at least for GODSENT. So Brokey is going to be on his here for the T side. Farley's certainly an entertaining player to watch here. Ex-Copenhagen Flames, very, very fast player on that AWP. So I want it soon, but we might not get it at all because FaZe are looking to take everything away from GODSENT in this B-bomb site, including the round. Crystal's ridded of his position, and now, well, that's it. FaZe are on ball. Welcome to Dust 2, ladies and gents. There's pretty much nothing GODSENT can do right now. Smoked out of the site, no utility, no kit, and Cold Zero is already killing your opponents in your own spawn. So yeah, this is pretty good for FaZe. It's all about kills for GODSENT and getting away with a couple of guns here at the bare minimums. Then will find Cold, but Seeko's got to be careful in the spawn. That's where the orb sits, and it does not move. A turret is Brokey. Zen gets away with another kill. He's just freestyling this one, running around the map like it's deathmatch. But right now, it's just death for GODSENT in this match because FaZe are up to 4, and GODSENT need to save.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I think, you know, if you're GODSENT now, if you are able to win this series, I think it's even more credit to you, right? Because in my mind, you've got FaZe riled up, you know, like they shouldn't have let that second map slip through their fingers. And FaZe aren't the kind of team that are going to like sit back and be, oh, guys, I can't believe you've let this happen. Let's just give up now, right? Like, let's just write it off. These GODSENT guys, they're better than us. You know, no, this is a FaZe squad, you know, legends across the board. And they want to do right by BMAS as well, right? Heading into his debut game. It's so tempting. Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing as well, because I've never heard it pronounced, but I'd seen his name obviously as many had in FPL, and to me, you know, in my head, I'm calling him BMAS because
what we need is like that like image of the man and the woman, and like the man looking back, you know, like
BMAS, BMAS, yeah,
BMAS,
okay,
you know, like that's what we need.
Yeah, well, we'll get working on that. Get on meme.
Yeah, you're gonna get on that right now, Hugo. Get on it and
send that in.
Get that one ready.
DreamHack Masters, or DH Masters rather, should I say? FaZe up 4-2, and GODSENT. This is a buy, but it's not a full investment. They've got that saved AK and a couple of weapons here to play with. Farley. That Molly's about to fade. Quick switch could cause death, so he needs to be very careful as he sits up on the catwalk. There's 4 FaZe players on the other side, and even if he gets away with a kill, there would be an immediate trade. He actually dinks Nico for 20 damage, which really does suck to be on the other end of, because Nico has fired off bullets, and he's connected them as well. 2 kills, Colt follows up, Rain defends the catwalk, and Crystal, well, he concedes the round, falls away with this scout. It's looking like a 5th for FaZe Clan. And when we look at this map, right, as of late, as of recent, and we look at GODSENT, 4 losses in a row on this map. They've really had trouble on Dust 2, whereas for FaZe, you know, unsurprisingly, these guys, pretty good aimers, Harry, I've heard. So they're going to be okay.
I'm not going to have to wait long to see this fight continuing. Obviously, with money now available to GODSENT, they're going to keep on purchasing forward. Find its way back into the hands of Farlig. And this time, he took it with him over towards Long. He didn't really have a good spawn for it, so it's been left to these two rifles to try and seal the deal. Nico not ready for Stiko up close at the blue bin. Now Zen retreating into the site, going to join up with Farlig. There's two players here to hold down the catwalk. And while Farlig, okay, yeah, he gets traded right away. Zen is still here and still very much a threat. He lights up the scoreboard. He's going to put up 3 to his name. And Farlig helping out. It's all money in the bank for GODSENT there. They keep 3 players alive. They're feeling good on the back of it.
Yeah,
and I think as well, right, something else that's going to be nice for GODSENT there is like finally they put together a solid defense, a solid response to the catwalk plays that have looked really strong from FaZe thus far.
I was going to say, so many of these rounds have been real fast out of spawn for FaZe. So GODSENT, a lot of this CT side is going to be gambling your early positions. Obviously, you don't know the spawns that FaZe have, which is always a problem. But yeah, you've got to be very careful about these early rushes. Here they come, another one from FaZe. They just don't wait around, do they? Nico gets dropped, but it comes with a response. Rain finding Stiko at the long corner, and Brokey's even got the AWP working in middle as well. He's dropped another man, so 4 on 3 up for FaZe. They don't even need long if they want. They can just group and hit B. That's always the best part about Dust 2. If you get that long control, we think back to Na'Vi, Kato, right? Like, you know, getting long, even just backing out, going through T-spawn, crouching below that mid position and grouping B. If you get long picks, you know GODSENT are going to lean away from that B bomb site. And well, in this case, they've entirely left it. Crystal is going to try and move back in. Molly that position, keep it contained, but Farley's actually cleared out long in the meantime, dropping Rain. This is a big problem for FaZe. It might mean they have to commit to B, which is not what they wanted to do initially. Crystal's still here. He hears all of the footsteps coming in through the tunnels, and you can see GODSENT beginning a rotation. Crystal needs a couple of kills here. He needs to hold the line, and he's done exactly that and more. Running out of ammo, needs a teammate full support. Colt does find him in the door and looks to double up, but it's Madden to save the day, and even saves the AWP as well. GODSENT do get it done. And all of that comes off of Farley's re-aggression on long, right? He kills that player, I think it was Rain tucked behind the blue bin, and then because of that, you know, they've lost their A split for FaZe, so they just have to commit towards B, and Crystal hears every footstep. If FaZe went a little bit quieter, a little bit slower, I think it would have still been obvious for GODSENT, but maybe the rotate would have been later and they could have traded their way to a bomb plant. Either way, that's not the reality we're in. FaZe still have money. And they have a tactical pause to work out how they want to approach this follow-up round as well. Over 1,000 AWP kills, but less than 100 M4 kills. Wow. How does that even make sense? Like, what are the gun are you using when you don't have the AWP?
Eagle, mate. It's basically an AWP.
Yeah, true.
$700.
No scope.
Kind of the site, and the site just slows you down, really, if the Farlig, like, just gets in the way.
Yeah, true. This is a B rush for FaZe? Surely not, with the bomb outside the bomb.
Yeah, the bomb being back outside long heavily suggests probably not, but with a heavy presence here early, I'm imagining we're going to see cat control attempted, and then maybe like leaving a player in the tunnels to hold on to it and deny any aggression. Nico going to be moving into middle alongside Rain, and they'll leave VMAS back in the tunnels to keep an eye on this flank. So yeah, setting up for what looks like an A split right now, but there's always time to change. That is the benefit of having VMAS holding onto the tunnels. It leaves your options open. With this many players at long, this was very much looking like an A play, and now that kill from Farlig, yeah, that just might throw a bit of a spanner in the works. They're still looking to commit to it, and the flash is not great, but coldzera is going to get the kill anyway.
What?
The flash didn't blind Farlig. It did blind Brokey, however, so if Cold went down there was no trade. That is a huge kill for him to find. Rain now dealing with Stiko as well. Cold continuing to tap these heads off. BMAS holding on to this lower push. He's ready and waiting. Crystal going to slip through this smoke.
Ooh, nice.
Does get the advantage there. Deals with BMAS and is left a 2-on-3 open. Rain able to get that trade. To Zen, 1-on-3.
FaZe did such a good job of dealing with that crossfire for GODSENT, right? We have Madden up on the site looking at short. We have Stiko and CT about to peek long. And FaZe, they throw the short smoke down that you often execute behind, but Rain looks through a little gap in it and kills Stiko. Madden the whole time is watching short, but because of the smoke, he can't trade, he can't see, he can't stop Rain there. And then the rest of FaZe, because they've killed Stiko, because they've killed the long player, or at least the long rotation, FaZe just move up long and shoot Madden in the back of the head. He's still watching Cat. So great layered attack there from the FaZe clan, not falling for the crossfire of GODSENT. And even though the AWP is saved, it is of Grim Constellation because it's going to be saved into an eco round here for GODSENT. Well, you know, at least accept when you're wrong, right? That's the key. I did think 1,000 AWP kills versus like 70 was a bit mad, but that makes a lot more sense now. Either way. GODSENT is still eco behind this, so no M4s for them either. And this AWP, it would certainly love 1,000 kills, but I don't think FaZe is going to give them that. Zen rather, on the AWP. Inside of the B-bomb site, it's going to be a burst out long. Stiko gets one, and in a round like this, when GODSENT are eco, just trading 1-for-1 is excellent. If you can get a single kill off of your pistol, then that's great, because you can set Zen up to potentially win this round with the AWP.
Back into B. Now Crystal is here alone. Still in with a chance here. Our GODSENT. Farlig and Zen. They've retrieved these orbs. And this has left this doable now.
Oh, but the double AWP, if anything, it's just an incentive to save, right? It's not going to tempt you back in. And honestly, that's fine for GODSENT. This was an eco anyway, right? Like the fact that you get out with double what you brought into it, which is that solo AWP on Zen, Farley gets away with one as well. So it's actually a pretty good round for GODSENT, all things considered. But FaZe, most important part is they're getting a 7th round on the board. They're getting one step closer to that victory lane. And GODSENT, well, they have nothing but they can't do anything but let them do it. There. That was quite a sentence. Either way, GODSENT will be fully buying moving forward, reinvesting with everything they need as well. That AWP being saved on Farlig certainly helps. And I wonder where we see that secondary AWP. More standards just to see it based off of spawn, you know, long pick and then taking the second one towards B in a fast, safer way. And here we go. Here's GODSENT back in action. Back in duty. Roki, 4 and 5 with York, but he's had a couple of crucial kills here, getting FaZe back man advantages. So now his work is going to be cut out for him, having to face the CT-sided AWPs in Farlig and Zen. No op on B though, both A-side players.
Mid-control attempted, but this is, I don't want to say a suicide mission, but that's almost what it was for Rain. Like, he was just throwing himself out into mid to cause chaos, to try and force these rotations. And while all this is going on, the rest of his team have worked their way up long. And this momentary confusion that Rain caused forced these players out of position. They were fixated back towards long. They weren't ready for Nico coming up the catwalk. And already, this is looking like a save from GODSENT. Bowing on out, they're backing out of the round. Zen waited around in CT for a moment to see if a kill presented itself, but it just never did. All right, Crystal.
Just trying to see what's behind this bars.
He's playing the anti-flash. That's why he's doing it for real. But yeah, you know, very, you know, like Backstock's gonna have a great time with that one. Crystal doing it again.
Don't worry, he's not winning the round anyway. And FaZe, they're not worried either. Will be a kill going the way of Stiko to Nico, and an AK drop, but, well, Stiko already had one, so not really an upgrade by any regard. It's going to be FaZe up to 8, continuing to build. This is a great T-side from FaZe Clan in a map that, when we look at the numbers, they're actually pretty significantly, better on the CT side, 60-40. We actually don't see that a lot anymore nowadays, so, that doesn't apply to GODSENT in this sense either, so... This is a really, really good half for FaZe Clan. They've not even had to, to be honest, abuse B. And that seems to be the main T-side, attack route here in 2020. Just those fast mid to B splits, taking long, backing out, getting up cap, backing out, just faking A constantly, because teams lean towards A every single time. In this round, GODSENT had 2 in the B bomb site, luckily. FaZe aren't interested, not yet at least, just running this default, holding tunnels and working catwalk into the York. Farley should have this shot, and he does, but now he's trapped. The Molotov will give him room, give him safe passage to exit this position if he wants. And yeah, with a smoke flash combo, he's going to crawl out of cat. The man advantage for GODSENT. What do FaZe want to do with that? They still don't even have long. Stiko's tucked in on the left side, and who knows if Cold has that information, so he's not going to opt to move away from it as well. Try and regroup with his team. And I mean, this is the most standard round to hit a mid to B or just hit a full B rush, right? And GODSENT know that as well. FaZe have had nothing go their way. They've had no map control taken. And so GODSENT should certainly be expecting a bit of a B rush in this one.
Let's get it. Let's see what happens at this B bomb site. Nico lining up the flash. It's going to be Cold. And VMAS leading the charge. Eventually. Everything needs an appropriate amount of build-up. This is it. This is the build-up. You're in it. Welcome to it. I hope you're enjoying it. But boy, oh boy, the comfort's over. That was the calm before the storm. Now we're in the storm. And Crystal, laying down the pay, but only good for one. It's Brokey. And VMAS opening up this B bomb site. Lots of Bs. Swarming on in, and now that bomb plant comes through. Madden tries to run the gauntlet, and that's a little bit overzealous. Wanted to get in, while they're getting the bomb plant, knowing that at most there might be like 1 or 2 crosshairs trained on him, but still a very, very overzealous push. Eco in the tunnels doesn't fare any better, and for Farlig, he's probably thinking about saving this orb. They were looking at hunting as well. He just got out of there in time. They peeked through the window and door in tandem. And even then, Farlig, you thought he'd got away. The old saying, you can run, you can't hide. No, it's actually the other way around in this sense. He probably could have hid, just can't outrun them.
No, and he tries to jump over the barrels, which, if anything, makes him more visible to the bottom of mid. So yeah, it certainly doesn't help him there. But what can you do? 9-4, FaZe, excellent work so far on this T-side. Just no signs of slowing down either. And GODSENT, they will get away with another double AWP, but how much success is this really going to muster? That's a great kill. That's a start. Farley, again, finding these opening kills for GODSENT is what he's good at. Flash into B for FaZe. They want to try and fight this all back. And great trade from BMAS. He gets a double. He opens up B, and he may have just won this round for FaZe. Cold is putting in more kills as we speak, and there's only 2 players left up for GODSENT. Madden does double down in the B bomb site, and that's going to send the bomb packing back towards A.
Yeah, quite the 2 players still alive, as it turns out. Madden and Zen in with a chance, and it's all on the back of this heroic B push from Madden. However, where he pushes B and he finds success, the bomb has actually gone down over at the A site in the meantime. And now Rain and Cold Zeret, 2 of the 3 seasoned FaZe veterans left in this clutch. They know there's a man in CT. Mate Madden hasn't exactly been discreet with these flashbangs, and Rain now looking for Madden as well. He's going to follow up with the double. It's 10 on the board for FaZe Clan.
Despicable.
And that one tap is wild. VMAS as well with this little play at B helps make this whole round doable. He missed this 2K. And just a nice little spray from Madden.
What was so good about that round from FaZe is after you get 2 kills B, all GODSENT are doing, they're not even thinking, they're not even communicating, they're just running to B. So after FaZe get those kills, they actually go the other way with the bomb because they know GODSENT have to rotate to B off the back of it. And when FaZe planted A, GODSENT was so surprised by that, by the looks of things. So nice shot from Farley. Doesn't need the orb to find success. The scout will do it as well, but GODSENT have still been cordoned out of this bomb site by the utility. FaZe, again, in a 4-on-4 in B. Farley's going to flash his teammates back in, but we're looking for a heroic play. Madden, can you give us one? That's a start. Bomb dropped as well. Nico's going to trade, but he doesn't know that Madden is in the position. He's here for a third, and Madden might have just won this entire round for GODSENT. Rain's got to somehow pick up the pieces with another 1v2.
Yeah, the molly's really going to complicate matters. He's got to go through it, and now forced up on top of the box. The scout tags him, and Madden's there to solidify it with 4 kills holding down that B bomb site. Finally, we see that door push work in the way it was supposed to, and GODSENT 5 at the end of the first half. It was enough back on Inferno. Is it going to be enough here on Dust 2? You're going to have to join us after a quick break to find out. Well, I said you'd have to wait and see, and I guess you guys have done the waiting. So now all that's left to do, Hugo, is this seeing. GODSENT taking on FaZe, and you can see the Betway odds putting this one in favor of FaZe. I imagine they were doing the same back on Inferno at this same scoreline. So let's see if GODSENT can grind their way back in. It's a fast B play, quick as you like, and coldzera here holding down the line, does put up the first. He's got a teammate in tandem to support him. It's Brokey as well, helping out, putting up another. The rotations are quick and fast. Farley, 2 kills, but no more as the flank comes in from Rain. That would have sealed the deal, even if Brokey gets picked up. The FaZe, they collapsed on into that B bomb site. They don't give GODSENT the room to maneuver. Rain even cutting down players in rotation, just being a little nuisance.
Yeah, and obviously it only works because FaZe get those opening 2 kills as the site rush comes through, but they don't need to wait and flash into the doors or anything because there are already players in B. FaZe can just run through the smokes, and even though GODSENT take some players down, FaZe just have the numbers advantage and can trade their way to a win. Farley, man, he looks good though. I believed in that pistol clutch for a second, Harry. I was holding my breath. He's 5-1 in opening duels. He's a top player for GODSENT so far. But we'll see if he can make things happen here with the scout, because GODSENT, they need it more than ever. A 4-spy in the second with no bomb plant on their pistol means they're going to be waiting some time before they get a full rifle round. fast play up towards A. Here they go. Madden with the Deagle looking for the entries. There's a man on the site. They haven't rid either. Rain is there with 2. Cold throwing in flashes to assist. Nico's dropped another with the scout. 1 by 1. They're all going to fall. Farley alone in a clutch. I mean, he's just not in the position to do the job, you would think. The flick shot almost connects, but it's going to be FaZe finding the round.
Man, I thought he was going to get a second guy as well. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. Whenever I watch Farley, I'm always just amazed. Like, considering I'd never even really heard of this guy until, you know, like recently this year. And then just looking so damn good.
Yeah, definitely a good pickup for GODSENT. Like, very explosive AWP player. He has been absolutely carrying Copenhagen Flames in recent history. Not to take it away from the rest of the team, obviously. Great bunch of guys, but yeah, Farley, without a doubt, best player in that roster. Deagle in middle here. There's no armor for GODSENT, so even a mere bullet will render you basically useless for the short term. Cold, well, that bullet, that will render Madden useless for the rest of the round because it's in his face. GODSENT send their players up towards Catwalk, but that's just going to be heading into the stack of FaZe Clan, and Cold's got the info as well. Nico sitting on the side with the scout. We got Rain long side on his rifle, and BMAS holding down the long side. He's dropped the 1 lurk there. That was Stiko. Now it's just down to the cat play. Meow.
Oh, Nico, this should be a nice little easy scout clip for him. Let's go. He really takes his time lining that up, and oh dear. That wasn't what I wanted at all. That wasn't
That's
what
hilarious.
I asked for, Nico. Wasn't what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, he spends so much time lining up that shot.
I was thinking, right?
Giggling.
Yeah, when he's taken, you know, 15 seconds to, you know, like zero the scope. He's like accounted for the wind. He's licked his finger, put it out into the open air. He knows everything.
But all that does, yeah, all that does is just give more time for Zen to, you know, recover from the flashbang, right? To the point where he's eventually, you know, recovered his eyesight and could take the shot. So, yeah, I like the patience from Nico. I love that he gets a tag as well, but nothing more. The AWP, well, that will do even more. Madden dropped down lower. It's a wallbang headshot. Surprise, surprise for FaZe Clan. Filling up the kill feed with every emblem they can to boost up for Cold. He's watching the catwalk. He won't let GODSENT get here for free. Farley's watching, though. He should check this position when coming through. Ooh. Boost isn't the most common, but Farley seems very aware, and FaZe are going to fall off anyway, so it will never get seen. GODSENT move that AWP up the catwalk. Notice the bomb is still in tunnels. At any point, GODSENT can dip, dive, and duck back into B play here. With or without that mid control. But worth noting, FaZe with an advantage. They have no issue just double stacking this site and having enough players to hold on to B rather than be stuck in a retake scenario here. And I think it is going to be a B play by the looks of things. A fake A smoke coming out from Farley. The rest of GODSENT moving through middle. No one here for FaZe Clan. Rain's going to try and get the position under control, but at this point they've already pushed past it. He's going to go through the smoke. No fear for Rain. No one's watching either. And it's a rainy day in Dust 2. He is just making them melt. 14 rather to 5. Maybe I'm a couple of rounds ahead, Harry, as FaZe Clan look to put this one to bed.
Yeah, decisively as well, right? And, you know, truth be told, this is kind of what I wanted from FaZe. Like, you know, I would have loved for a close third and final map, and, you know, there is still time for GODSENT to build back into it. But for the sake of, like, you know, the storylines remaining consistent and for, you know, they're kind of good at this squad. I wanted them to be able to bounce back and look ferocious here, and that's exactly what they've delivered. Now, we've seen GODSENT winning games that they have no business winning, even if you think back to Inferno just moments ago. I'm sure it's very, very fresh in everyone's mind. You know, this would be a comeback of a level even above that. That's not to say it's impossible, but it's got to start now, or else it probably never starts at all. Well, they do try and get out over here towards long. They get a man down in the pit as well.
Oh!
Nico hit that? I didn't even realize. I didn't even notice. Like, there was so much unnecessary mouse moving, but, like, it was so fast. Nico, okay. All right, mate. Yeah, so I guess he's taken the Inferno loss well.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll certainly do it.
Wow, all right, yeah, so Farley's just been deleted, and now, GODSENT, they try and go back to B, but, like, Cold's error has given them the most literal version of a middle finger in-game that you can give. He drops this smoke as they get to the tunnels, and now GODSENT, they go, right, guys, well, I think they know where they are, where we are. we don't really have anywhere on the map, so they've got to try and take somewhere, and the place they're going to try and take is mid. Now, this makes sense. They can get a nice foothold here. They can work these other positions on the map, be it lower, be it catwalk, whichever one they end up trying to take. So they've reopened their options. However, doing all of this has cost you a lot of time. And so you've got to pick up the pace now. And they go in towards mid. They manage to trade it effectively. They keep a man advantage. Nico's taking it away. Brokey's dropped the bomb. And he's solidified map and series point for FaZe. That round there was like a great series of responses from either team. Nico with that shot, like still, even seeing it in slow motion, I don't understand.
It's faster than a real flick.
Yeah, you know, even then, right? They lose long. The response from GODSENT is to go back from T-spawn to B. Great adjustment. But FaZe, and amongst all of that, and spotting the players at long, they take tunnels. So a great adjustment from FaZe. Then GODSENT try and take mid. And
he's having fun.
Yeah, Nico is just popping heads right now.
Yeah. Brokey's not been AWPing on this City side, and I was like wondering about the single AWP, but now it's a double AWP, and he's still not taking it. So yeah, he's just like, yeah, guys, you're having fun, you're hitting shots, just take it. Oh, rifle. Nico's hit another one in the pit. Cold has been killed in middle. There are guns available, but right now GODSENT are going towards the end goal with the A site, inside. Madden's got a kill to Nico down CT, and Brokey, he may have conceded the AWP. There's one at his feet, but for this 1v3 clutch, maybe a rifle is the way to go about it. He's not rushing this one. GODSENT is stalling the plant out, but it will eventually come through, and Brokey has to make the decision. Does he want to stay? Does he want to go?
Yeah, he's sticking around this AWP, definitely with the goal of trying to save it, but he's going to hold on to it for now, and he knows that this AWP is kind of like a bit of a bait maybe for GODSENT. They're looking for it, and that's not the nicest of sprays from Brokey. He does get blindsided by Zen and through mid. That whole round was like very horrible for Brokey. I think, you know, if Zen wasn't in a position on catwalk, because that was known, he did just deal with someone over there, then maybe we see Brokey like quick switching between the AWP and AK to try and take players down on the cross. That's never really afforded to him because of the player up on cat. Just having that presence keeps him locked on in. And Zen's actually going to tag Brokey on the cross. You mentioned how Brokey hasn't been donning the AWP. Well, this time he does pick it up alongside Nico.
I think after that last round, after that rifle spray, Harry, he probably asked for it after that. And FaZe, well, they will be inclined to agree, giving it back to the main AWP in the team. But we do have Nico donning one. And honestly, what Nico wants, Nico gets. And you know, in this FaZe time roster, I'm pretty fine with that logic. Nico's pretty fine as well. We've seen some sick flicks from him in this series. GODSENT taking catwalk, notice the bomb. Once again, back down lower. Looking like GODSENT want to drop late B here. They're going to get smoked off on cat. That might just tempt them into this sooner rather than later. Mid to B play can come through. Rain last time pushed through the smoke. This time he's on the site, so a little further away. And GODSENT, they don't want anything to do with it either. They're not going to go through the middle, not with a bomb at least. Madden regrouping, grabbing another AWP, and going towards the tunnels with his team. There's going to be two coming out mid, and the bomb is at least in a somewhat safe position, but for how long?
Oh, well, Cole choosing that moment to go aggressive, not well timed. Stiko actually finding a double kill at B, and this is already a save for FaZe. This is a 7th round on the board for the GODSENT side, and they are slowly but surely starting the comeback into this game. However, it's still a long ways away from ever feeling like a reality just yet. And that's one of the problems with a scoreline like this, right? Like, you know, no matter how well you do, even if you're GODSENT here and you get like another 7 rounds in a row on the back of this, it can still all fall apart in just one crucial round. And you could lose this 16-14. So yeah, GODSENT, they can't just be good here. They can't just be great. They've got to be flawless.
Certainly not easy, especially not with a triple AWP. I wonder if GODSENT are going to keep this, because this is a bit ridiculous, in my opinion. A bit obscene, Harry. Your thoughts on the triple AWP?
No, man, I actually love it. Do you want to know why? They're going to use the AWPs down mid, and then they're going to buy AKs.
Yeah, no, of course.
Great.
Yeah, that's fine, right?
And you know, you're up against match point anyway. Yeah. You just don't care about money at this point if you're GODSENT.
That's if they upgrade them. I did see an AK in sport.
Let's get it. Triple AWP down mid. Oh, just 2 of them for now, in fact. Actually, one of these on Farlig, the man who will be keeping the AWP. Makes sense. He's not back in T-spawn, and he's hit that blinder of a shot onto Cold. GODSENT aren't going to react quickly on the back of it, though. They take the 5-on-4 in their stride, and now they slow it right down. Brokey, with a Zeus. All right, Brokey, I see the game you're playing. I see what you're doing here. And let's see, because there is Zen on the other side. Ooh, there it is. We get the Zeus kill. And Brokey's now upgraded. Nico has found Crystal in the meantime. It's a 3-on-3. And on the back of a Zeus and an AWP, they might find success here. On the FaZe side, Brokey with this scavenged rifle. Here's the rotation into lower tunnels. They've cleared Catwalk. Nico going to be the first point of contact at B, but Barlig, I think, is already holding for this peak. No, Nico actually offers up next. Nico goes back in again, and he hits that flick. Only damage found, not quite the killing blow, but it's a mad advantage for FaZe in an eco round. Nico backing away momentarily. The Molotov keeps him out of window. The cross is secured, at least for GODSENT. Gonna get this bomb planted. It's Barlig and Madden. Both of these players have been huge talking points as individuals for GODSENT, and they need to show us why now. The Spab has brought Madden down to 1 point of health. Once again, this was an eco with a saved AWP on Nico, and that was it.
They're just going to group and run the gauntlet right through the window. Madden getting spotted, but missed shots, and the time is ticking. No kill on this eco. Madden's dead, and Nico shuts out the round, the series. Everything about it is gone. It's over. It's FaZe Clan up to 16. And off the back of pistols, Harry, GODSENT, I don't think they realized that B site was clear. Brokey had all the information, but GODSENT hesitated. They stuck in the tunnels, and that is ultimately what loses them the round. The AAA WP, Harry, maybe it wasn't the solution, but obviously